In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an affordable lobby kiosk in your church. Not just any lobby kiosk, a super lobby kiosk where every single next step in your church can take place. I'm talking giving, event registration, ministry signups, prayer requests, and more, all in one place. Well, hey there, my name's Brady. I'm the CEO of Pro Church Tools, and hey, if you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. For decades now, the church lobby has been the command post for many congregations when it comes to facilitating next steps. Ready to join a small group? Sign up in the lobby. Want to learn more about the upcoming church picnic? Stop by the lobby. And for years now, the focal point of the church lobby has been the welcome desk, a physical structure in the lobby often accompanied by a volunteer, a place where your church can take their next step and track down any information they may need. Of course, maybe you don't call this structure the welcome desk, maybe you call it
the info kiosk,
the connection center,
the next steps tent,
the information station.
Whatever you call it, the welcome desk in the lobby has been a staple in churches for many years. But you and I are now living through the single biggest communication shift in the last 500 years. Technology is evolving at an unprecedented pace, and I think it's time for the welcome desk in the lobby to go through its own evolution of sorts. So, how can you actually use this? Well, simply put, we're not going to be replacing the welcome desk, but rather giving it a makeover and a number of improvements to help your church capture more signups while actually doing less administrative work. And to give you a sneak peek into a number of different churches that are already succeeding with this, take a look at these snapshots. Here's a church that has gone all out with their lobby kiosks. They've created a dedicated section in their lobby called the Hub with a trio of kiosks where their congregation can take next steps. But don't get the wrong idea. This isn't just for bigger churches. Here's a church that has their pair of kiosks on a table with wheels so they can move it around as needed. And here are a couple of other churches doing this well also. Now, remember, the goal of our super lobby kiosk setup is to capture more next steps while doing less administrative work. So how are we going to actually accomplish that? Well, the first thing we need to consider is how our churches are actually capturing next steps in the first place. And maybe right now you're using clipboards or paper signups. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that, but the big downside of paper signups is that they require a ton of manual administrative work. Someone on your team has to take that information that's on the sign-up papers and actually log that info into the system manually. This can take a ton of time, and we all know how valuable those staff and volunteer hours are. And I don't know about you, but I'd much rather spend that time doing other kinds of ministry rather than manual data entry. Now you might be wondering, how were the churches using the tablet kiosks capturing next steps? Well, each of those churches was using a church website builder called Nucleus. Nucleus is a new kind of church website builder that we created for churches for this exact purpose, to capture next steps. With Nucleus, you can say goodbye to paper signups forever. You can say goodbye to manual data entry because Nucleus can capture every next step with its powerful form builder, and then it can even distribute that info wherever it needs to go. So for instance, let's say a person in your church wants to join a small group. They can enter their information and join a small group through Nucleus, which will then trigger a notification to that specific small group leader and even send a follow-up email using a built-in integration. That's the power of Nucleus. Of course, you can use any website you want here, but if you head to nucleus.church, you can get a 30-day free trial of Nucleus with no credit card required to see if it might be a good fit for you. Head to www.nucleus.church. You can sign up for free. It gets better because let's take a moment now and talk about the actual hardware you're gonna need to make this all work. Firstly, you're gonna need a tablet. My recommendation, an Apple iPad. And here's a pro tip. If you're looking to save money on the cost of an iPad, Nucleus users have found great success using refurbished iPads. They cost considerably less money, and because your primary use for these tablets will be lobby kiosks, you won't suffer from having an older tablet lacking some of the newest novelty features. Now you might be wondering, Brady, why go with an iPad? I could get a Kindle Fire for a lot cheaper. Well, simply put, the Apple App Store has a wider range of apps to choose from to help you power your lobby kiosk. And my recommendation to you on this front is the Kiosk Pro app. What's great about this app is that it allows you to remove any and all navigation from your browser. So now your lobby kiosk is locked onto one website that no one can change. This is important to ensure your lobby kiosk runs smoothly, and the Kiosk Pro app is by far the best app I've encountered. And when it comes to pricing, it has a free option as well as a couple of paid versions as well. Now, to summarize up to this point, we've got our lobby kiosk software, Nucleus, capturing every next step in our church and sending that info where it needs to go. We've got our tablet and our Kiosk Pro app, removing all browser navigation. The final thing we need to have a complete lobby kiosk is the physical stand. And here I want to offer you two different options. The first option, the simple and low cost option, is the Lamicall table stand. It's about $20 on Amazon. It's sleek, elegant, but it also doesn't come with any of the frills of a more robust setup. And it also requires a table to stand on. Second option is from Mount It. These stands are a bit more expensive, but they also come with more features. You can choose between black and white color options. You can choose a tabletop setup or one with a full built-in stand to create your own freestanding kiosk. Not only that, but these ones come with an anti-theft feature and the ability to cover up the home button. Of course, these are just a couple of options for stands that I recommend, but feel free to browse on platforms like Amazon for what else may be available to you. Here's the deal. Right now, you have everything you need to construct a super lobby kiosk at your church. From the software to the hardware, follow the walkthrough in this video and you'll be set. Nevertheless, if you really want your lobby kiosk to succeed at your church, if you really want to see more next steps while reclaiming wasted administrative hours, you need to keep in mind the pro tips that I'm about to share with you. These pro tips actually come directly from real churches that have seen great success with their own kiosks, and what's working for them could very well work for you as well. Pro tip number one, when you use a platform like Nucleus to power your lobby kiosk, or any website for that matter, remember that your website can be accessed at your lobby kiosk, sure, but it can also be accessed 24/7 from any internet-enabled device in the world. Knowing this, every person in your church is actually walking around with a lobby kiosk in their pocket. So when you promote next steps, mention your lobby kiosk, yeah, but don't forget to mention that people can take their next step from their mobile device anytime, anywhere. Pro tip number two, position a volunteer, preferably an older volunteer, at your lobby kiosks. By doing this, you'll be able to offer a helping hand to anyone that needs it, but you'll also communicate to your church that your new lobby kiosk isn't just for young people, it's for everyone. And if you're thinking to yourself, Brady, this strategy sounds cool and all, but we're a bit of an older church, this won't work for us. Look, I completely understand where you're coming from, but we've seen this strategy work in older churches time and time again. So don't disqualify yourself just because your church is a bit older. Pro tip number three, carefully consider what you call your lobby kiosk. For instance, we don't recommend that you refer to it as the Next Steps kiosk publicly. Instead, give it a name with your website URL included directly within the name. So for instance, if your Nucleus URL is lifeabundant.info, call your kiosk the lifeabundant.info kiosk. By doing this, you'll reinforce the URL in the minds of your congregation, subtly reminding them that they can take their next step at the kiosk on a Sunday, but if it's Wednesday afternoon at the office, they can take their next step there as well. And as if that's not enough, I want to leave you with a couple of success stories from real churches that have seen this work for them to inspire you to give it a try. Spencer said, Nucleus has totally taken our church digital in a way nothing else could. We were paper bulletins and clipboards until we got Nucleus. Now people are engaging all week long instead of just Sundays. And Jen told us, helping guests find fitting group options had been an ongoing frustration for our welcome team. Constantly changing info made upkeep of our paper-based groups time-consuming and difficult. With Nucleus, we can now offer a real-time kiosk that's eye-catching and engaging, not to mention up-to-date. Thanks, Nucleus. Did you learn something cool in this video? If so, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. And if you want all of this information in a downloadable PDF, make sure to click the link in the YouTube description to get access to this free download so you won't forget anything we talked about in this video. Now I'm going to turn things over to you. Which part of this super lobby kiosk are you most excited about? Remember, the goal is to capture more signups while doing less administrative work. So what's more exciting for you? More next steps or less administrative work? Let me know by leaving your answer in the comments on this YouTube video.